हेलो एवरीवन, फिर से आपका स्वागत है आपके अपने यूट्यूब चैनल द योगी चैनल। एज यू नो, हमारा यूएसपी है सीएसपी, द कंप्लीट सॉल्यूशन प्रोवाइडर। सो एज डिमांडेड बाय ऑल द व्यूअर्स, most of the viewers, about the environment, as you can see, plastic wastage, the global warming, the heat temperatures, the way it's going, ये बहुत ही पेनफुल है फॉर मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल, ह्यूमन बीइंग एज वेल एज मोस्टली फॉर एनिमल्स, स्ट्रे डॉग्स, cows, so birds, it's very painful and harmful for them, right? So ESG, I definitely know that you all know about this, but I'll just give some glimpse about the ideas. What is ESG? E stand for environment, right? So environment, when we talk about environment, so it's all about that the water usage, resources usage, biodiversity waste generation, energy and emissions, right? So that's about environment. The social is about how the company, the corporates, they are taking care about their employee engagement, gender diversity ratio, how effective or the cooperative in terms of their supply chain with the environment, right? And you will see how we take care about our community. So corporate social responsibility is one part of the social, right? And the governance is all about board independence and disclosure to shareholders and investor and compliances, right? So ESG has its own scope. So there are three scopes. Scope one includes like where the emission generation is controlled by the organization through their processes. So if the organization is converting raw material into finished goods, for that they are using utilities and also it's under their control. So scope 1. Scope 2 is something where the resources consumed by the company, such as purchasing the electricity for their production, right? And the scope 3, it's about the emission generated by the product manufactured by the organization, which is not under the control of the organization. So for example, cars have been manufactured, it has been sold, it's on the road, now petrol has been used, and now there is the emission generation. So that's also there. Now why I'm bringing this topic, and I am linking this topic with the finance community, right? So if you have heard or you have seen the annual report of an organization, you will see that it contains most of the 50%, you can say it's about financial data, 50% you can say it's about non-financial data. However, the non-financial data is as equal important as the financial data. And in the non-financial data also, nowadays organizations are focusing on the ESG. And every investor, every person, the final consumer is also so much aware that they are getting into the thing that how is this product being made, what are the CO2 norms, or in general layman, whether it's harmful to the environment or not, right? So those kind of things are coming up. I would say that if any organization even it's going into the market, so ESG report is something which is giving benefit to the organization in the capital market if they are performing well on that, right? And I would like to say that I will connect this ESG as well as the finance. How a finance person or a CFO, in many of the organization now the responsibilities have been given to the CFOs to lead their effective ESG compliances, right? So for example, I will start with the profitability statement. One is revenue. So when we are selling to the customer, so customers operations should support or abide by the ESG norms. 100% compliance should be there. Even you can see in B2B market, if we see, it's definitely when a B2B market organization is selling to another corporate, so both the corporates actually are going to take care because ESG are going to has to be compliant by them. However, it's a B2C market. In the B2C market, you will see that now as we are moving from petrol, diesel to electric vehicle, okay, so it's a contribution to the environment. Many of the organizations are moving from 100% plastic to zero plastic, right? In an organization, another cost we can see after the revenue, it's direct material consumed. So it's organization responsibility, or the organization can take the initiative that all the suppliers have to buy by the ESG norms. So even it can start when you are onboarding a supplier. At that point in time, instead of doing the in spite of doing your rate negotiations or the other scope of work, includes the ESG as well. Zero plastic, how the organization is getting their waste recycled, yeah, right. And overhead cost for an organization, if whatever manufacturing is happening, how can we move from like PNG is there, so we how can we move from diesel to PNG? All right, how can we move from brown electricity to the green electricity? Solar has always been there. Now it's taking another high level in the corporate world, right? So we can comply from that angle. Travel, whenever we travel, so there should be a compliance that what kind of CO2 emissions are going to be generated, what level of CO2, whether the business case has to be has to include the CO2 or the ESG related impacts as well. So even from 2021 onwards, there is a business responsibility and sustainability report for the listed company has already been started. So now the CFOs actually are going to a key partner, key business partner to play a pivotal role, where all the ESG compliances are there, so that the annual report, because for a public listed company, if you talk about, the annual report has to be signed by the chartered accountant. So all the chartered accountants have to ensure that the ESG compliances are there or not. All right. So these kind of initiatives can be done. So we can move from the traditional P&L to the green P&L. So that's the motto we all have to drive, so that we can, it's all about giving back to the society, right? So my humble request, please like, subscribe, comment and share with all the your known in your circle, so that the message can go to a lot of people and we can work on that together. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy.